Welcome to Great Loop Lifestyles. This is the Killarney, Ontario edition, and I'm Kim Russo, the director of America's Great Loop Cruisers Association. Killarney is the gateway to the North Channel, so we are working our way from Georgian Bay to the North Channel, and we tied up at Killarney Mountain Lodge, which is an AGLCA sponsor. This is a resort destination, and it has all of the amenities that you would expect at a resort. So the docks are in great condition. The staff there was very helpful as we got tied up and got plugged in and everything else we needed to do. There are plenty of food and beverage options right there at the resort. There's a coffee shop basically at the marina, as well as a really nice ship store with lots of goods that you may want along the way. The lodge really is a beautiful setting, and all of the activities kind of happen there near the lodge. There is a pool, there's a sauna, and the dining options are also right there at the lodge. The lodge can also arrange tours and things like that for you. So some of the restaurant options, there is a main dining room that has a fairly limited menu. When we were there were actually only serving buffet because of some staffing, but the food was real good. We also, though, thoroughly enjoyed their fine dining steakhouse called The Ranch. The food was excellent. The service was great. It's, as I said, a steakhouse. I did, though, order fish, which was well prepared. Michael got his usual ribeye, and that was also really well prepared, as were the sides. So The Ranch is certainly a place to visit while you are in Killarney. And then, in addition, they have a carousel room, which is basically a lounge and bar, but they do serve some food in there as well, and there is nightly entertainment. When we were there, was a really talented local artist. I think he had 10 different instruments with him that he would play and sing, and a lot of the local music that he was playing. It was really entertaining, and as I said, the musician was very talented. If you kind of drift away from the Killarney Mountain Lodge in Killarney, the Sportsman's Inn is a sister property to the Mountain Lodge. It has the same owners, and it has a large marina, so some loopers tie up there. You can still enjoy the amenities over at the Killarney Mountain Lodge, even if you're tied up at the Sportsman's Inn. Do be warned that one part of the Sportsman's Inn marina is actually on the other side of the waterway. They have a shuttle boat that will take you back and forth, but reports from loopers that were on that other side were that the Wi-Fi was not good over there. But other than that, a fine option, and we did take that shuttle boat across to go to Docktails with some other loopers over there at the Sportsman's Inn. In addition, there in the little town of Killarney, the Gateway Restaurant and Bakery is definitely a stop you're going to want to make. They have a delicious breakfast, and the bakery is really top-notch. Lots of good treats, but also breads, and people were lining up for the sticky bun cinnamon rolls there at the Gateway Restaurant and Bakery. They also have an LCBO, which, if you are not from Ontario, that is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. So it's the liquor store in Ontario. And a lot of those small towns have them. But what was a little bit unique about this one is that it actually has a dock. So you can pull up in your boat or in your dinghy and get what you need from the LCBO. There's also a general store right there in the small little town of Killarney. And one of the reasons I mention it, it does have kind of your basic supplies, but it also has a laundry room. And the Killarney Mountain Lodge and the Sportsman's Inn also have laundry rooms for guests. They just have one each of a washer and dryer. So if you want to do multiple loads at one time, it might be easier to go over to the general store and use the laundry that they have there, because it is more like a laundromat with many machines. A few things to do while you're in Killarney. We completely enjoyed the Lighthouse Trail. It was a little bit of a challenging hike in some places, but really worth it. And you don't have to do the whole thing. So when you kind of get to the point where you don't want to continue the walk, you can, of course, turn around and go back. The trail actually starts right at the Killarney Mountain Lodge. You'll see a large, actually I think the world's largest paddle there, which is kind of a tourist attraction. And then the Lighthouse Trail is right there. So it is, I believe, about 2 or 2.5 miles to get all the way out to the lighthouse. Once you get there, there is breathtaking scenery, but a lot of the beautiful views are along the way, as you're seeing in these pictures. So you don't even have to go all the way to the lighthouse to experience the views and the beauty. But if you do, you get this sweeping view of Georgian Bay, and we thought that was just a highlight for us. Another thing that is in the Killarney area is Bay Fin. This is a place that you can also take your own boat. We did not have the time and chose, it was something I really wanted to see, so we took a tour from Killarney Mountain Lodge to the pool at Bayfin. The whole thing is a fjord, so mountainous on the sides, beautiful scenery. It was a really rainy and cold day when we were there. On the way out to the pool, we did not actually have any rain, but cloudy and very cold. We were all bundled up in blankets. But we arrived at the pool, and one of the things you can do if you anchor in the pool is to hike up to Lake Topaz, which is a beautiful spot and pretty popular for people to hike. It is part of a provincial park there, so it's open. There's trails. The trails are marked. But because we took the tour from the lodge, we actually had a guide with us. So we pulled up to this small dock in the pool at Bayfin that the lodge uses, and there was this lovely creature waiting for us. We couldn't decide if it was a dog or a wolf. I think there is such a thing as a wolf dog, which is maybe what this was, but the boat captain was totally comfortable with this. The tour guide was not, and she kind of looked at it curiously and a little nervous, and the boat captain said, "Come here, baby," and gave him some treats, and all was good. So we hopped out of the boat, did the tour up to Lake Topaz. We did, as I mentioned, have a guide because we had done the tour from the lodge, but you can work your way up to Lake Topaz on your own. The trails, as I said, are marked, and when you arrive, you are going uphill the entire way there, but when you arrive, you have this stunning view of Lake Topaz. On a warmer day, we probably would have done some swimming in the lake. The water has this really topaz bluish green color, and it's just a spectacular view. And the water is so clear and pretty warm, actually, but we knew we'd have to get back out of the warm water and back into the cold air and have a cold boat ride back to the lodge. So we didn't do the swimming, but Lake Topaz was a beautiful spot, and we're really glad that we found a different way other than taking our own boat up to Bayfin. But a lot of loopers will take their own boats, anchor in the pool for a couple days, and it's just, as I said, beautiful spot. Killarney was everything I had hoped for from Georgian Bay and the North Channel, and definitely not to be missed on your Great Loop. We will be back soon with our next Great Loop lifestyle. We hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.